To tell you more about the detail behind this, in its 13th year of the Deloitte Best Company to Work For, remember the hashtag, Best Company to Work For, BCTWF 2012, David Conrade from Deloitte.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. No, you're all here, sorry. I'm just checking. I can't see you in the dark, and I've got a spotlight in my eyes. So. Welcome. We are here today to recognize and celebrate the top-performing companies in the 2012 Deloitte Best Company to Work For survey, those from South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia. It's really a privilege to be part of this auspicious occasion once again. And if we reflect back on the survey since it was first launched in 2000, we've seen numerous examples of organizations where performance and productivity have been transformed by a highly engaged workforce. Now, if employee performance is a key determinant of organizational success, then whether or not the workforce is positively engaged to perform at its best should be a prime consideration for all leaders and all managers, and it should feature fairly and squarely within the business strategy. We've recently undertaken a piece of global research as Deloitte, identifying CEO priorities in the emerging recovery, if you like, at a global level. And what topped the list out of that survey was growth, innovation, very closely followed by talent retention. But the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, that neither growth or the innovation imperative or the retention imperative will be possible without a fully committed and highly engaged workforce. And unfortunately, one of the trends we've picked up is that there are still too many organizations who do not have a realistic appreciation of the divergence between the aspirations, the ambitions, and the employment priorities of their employees on the one hand, and their business and talent management or human capital strategies on the other. Now, through this particular initiative, we've been able to identify a small but growing number of talent-savvy employers who are really striving to create remarkable workplaces where each and every employee is nurtured and, as a consequence, thrives and thereby contributes an exceptional performance. Now, the approaches followed by these organizations to this end are not haphazard and random. To begin with, they actually have a plan on how to deliver an exceptional employment experience, and that alone sets them apart. To build and establish a brand reputation as an employer of choice, like many that are here this morning, requires hard work and commitment. It doesn't happen by chance, and it certainly doesn't happen overnight. And in our experience, unfortunately, there are no silver bullets, there are no shortcuts, quick fixes, and most certainly no generic, off-the-shelf, one-size-fit-all solutions. That's a consulting phrase, Bruce. All right, now, what I thought I'd share with you this morning are a number of misconceptions, or as I prefer to call them, myths, that have emerged around the survey since we instituted it way back in 2000. And hopefully I can dispel some of those. What I don't dispel in my time at the mic, we'll hopefully cover in the panel discussion that will follow shortly thereafter. And the first of those is that only certain employer organizations could or should be able to achieve the accolade of best company to work for. Now, conventional thinking is that companies who rank high in the survey should come from trendy, high-profile industries. Because after all, isn't that where the in-demand talent with the critical and the scarce skills really want to be? Because that's where the hot jobs are. And wouldn't these companies have a clear advantage over the competition when it comes to building a highly engaged workplace? Now, we've had a number of these organizations that are defined as such, achieving phenomenal results in the survey. And for that reason, we've congratulated and commended them on their performance. There's also a similar belief that states that companies in other industries should therefore be at a distinct disadvantage when it comes to building a highly engaged workforce. For example, how can a company where employees are paid less, are less skilled, and even less well educated, be expected to build a highly engaged workplace? Now, based on our experience, I can state categorically this morning that neither industry of operation nor nature of work undertaken will preclude any employer organization from creating a highly engaged, high morale, productive workplace. And in fact, we've had a number of examples of companies from these so-called less desirable industries and geographic locations achieving phenomenal results in the survey. So in short, being recognized as a best company to work for is not so much about whether the industry you're operating in is cutting edge or the type of work that your employees are involved in. What it is about is embracing and committing to a set of key principles about how people should be managed, and then executing those principles consistently with passion and compassion. And these principles apply equally to organizations of any size, in any industry, and any geographical location.